Okay, today we're going to try fun stuff that's about emergency landing that pilots always have to be ready for. So for those of you who are curious about doing emergency landing while you're flying or while you're training, we're going to do a few examples of emergency landings. And the first one we're going to try is after takeoff emergency landing. So usually before we take off the runway, we always brief about emergency landing in case of emergency situation. So what that sounds like is, for example, we're gonna brief like after takeoff below 1,000 feet, we're gonna land it straight ahead. If it's above 1,000 feet, then we're gonna return to the airport. So these two things are the basic emergency briefing before you actually take off. So we're gonna find out why did they pick 1,000 as a pivot point where you decide whether to go land it straight ahead or turn back to the runway. Let's find out. So the airport elevation here is about 300 feet. So after takeoff, I'm going to cut my engine when the altitude indicator is indicating 1,000 feet in the altitude indicator. Let's do it. Okay, we're now climbing 500 feet. Okay, that's 1,000 feet. Cut the engine. Okay, as soon as we cut the engine failure, and set the best glide speed, which is 60 on this airplane. And we're gonna turn right back to the runway, and we'll see if we can make it. Okay, that looks a little far from where we are. I don't think we can make it. Oh no. Probably no. Only 100 feet left. No. Oh no. Okay. Well, the truth is we actually made it, but we almost wasn't able to. So we kind of understand why people set the pivot altitude as 1,000 feet. I cut the engine at the 1,000 feet indicated altitude, which is actually 700 feet above the ground level. So if we cut the engine at 1,300 feet, which is 1,000 feet above the ground, then I'm sure we can definitely make it back to runway, because we already made it to runway even when we are on the 700 feet above ground. Okay, this time we're going to cut the engine, watch out, brother, at exactly 1,000 feet above ground, which is going to be 1,300 feet indicated altitude. Okay, 55, rotate. Maintain runway heading, 500 feet. Okay, 100 feet to go. That's 1,000 feet above ground. Engine cut, and set your best glide speed, which is 60 knots on this airplane, and make a 180-degree turn, which is 060 on the heading indicator, and do all your emergency settings, and make sure you're cut off and fuel shuttle valve off in call tower, because you're in the range of this airport, and estimate your distance roughly. Yeah, well, you can tell definitely we can make this, right? So we're gonna deploy a flap, first flap. When you're sure that you're gonna make on the runway, we're gonna use full flap. Okay, and you're gonna turn off the master switch. There was a bit rough landing, but we made it. Yeah, so now we can tell why flight school asks you to decide a way of your emergency landing from 1,000 feet above ground. Okay, that was a good experiment. And this time we're going to do another emergency landing at random point. Just pretend we are flying to flight training area, or we're actually doing flight training around that area, and all of a sudden we get the engine fail. At the moment, are we able to get our airplane on the surface safely? So for the first trial, let's start at 2,500 feet. And I don't really know where I'm going right now. And I didn't even check the landscape. If it's mountain area or it's a housing area. Okay, 200 feet to go. Okay, 2.5. Mixture cut. Okay, I lost the engine. Set the VG. And first you're gonna try to look for a landing spot, because that's really important, you know. And in this case, you're gonna be very anxious that you lost your engine, so it's really hard to find, like, hard to make a good decision. But I spotted that ground on my left side, that brown field right there. So I got my emergency landing spot in sight. I'm gonna set it to emergency frequency and then, you know, do all the emergency checklist, and make sure your master switch is still on so that you can use your flaps. And I'm gonna plan for my entry pattern. I lost my landing spot, actually. Okay. I think I'm lost right now. Damn it. Where was it? Okay, this is not good. I'm gonna change my landing spot to the road in front of me. Right there. Okay, I don't think I need a flap right now. But now, yeah. There's a car in front of me, so I'm gonna try land right beside, like this. Whew. That was not the best landing, but we're still alive. Okay, we're gonna take off using this road again, since we don't have any runway here. And do not try this in real world. I'm doing this because we're in the simulator. But the thing is that I lost my first landing spot that I spotted and picked a different one, which is not really good. So make sure you stay really close to the spot you picked in the first place so that you don't lose it. Okay, I'm gonna try another one. Let's find out my survival rate. Cut the engine. Lost your engine. And set VG 60 knots, best glide speed. And look for the landing spot. I don't really see nice spot to land on. If there's no spot to land on, then I think it's always good to choose to land on the road. If you can avoid the power lines or any lighting systems, or, you know. Okay, since I don't have any landing spot, I'm gonna randomly land on this road right here. Okay, set the brake, flaps up. Safely landed. Cool. But let's say if there's so many traffics on the road that you're gonna land on, it's going to be really tough, you know. So this time, I'll try to land on other spot that's not the road. So whenever you go out flying, it's really good to look around the surroundings of yourself. In case of emergency situation. So if you have a ready spot to the good landing spot, then that's the place where you want to go if you lose your engine. You can not only look left or right like this, but you can also tilt your wing like this and see what's down there. And same thing to the right side. See what's down there. Or you can just stop climbing for a moment and see what's in front of you. Like this. And then climb back. Okay, I don't see any great landing spot here. I'm not sure if I'm going to make it this time. 3,000 feet. Engine fail, mixture cut, and carbide. And look for the landing spot. Oh, I have a really nice surface that I can land on. Very lucky. And set your emergence frequency and set your airspeed to 60 knot and 7700 squawk. Cut fuel shut-off valve. So I'm at 2,500 feet. I'm gonna make my traffic pattern, and I'm gonna make another turn to the final. Okay, it's right there. Since I'm too high, I'm gonna make S turn and deploy full flaps, and try to, use forward slip like this. This will make your airplane go down a lot more faster. Oops. Okay, prop strike. But we safely landed. We made it. So my survival rate is going to be 100%. 그럼 이만.